All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to begin. I feel so revitalized. Well, revitalized is not exactly the right word to use because that would mean that I ran out of energy and now I feel revitalized. I mean to say that I am so filled with energy today that I simply can't wait to read this volume for all of you. It's a good day, it's sunny out. The air is cool. It's hot, but the air is cool. The skies are clear. Birds are chirping. Dogs are barking. Perhaps a little bit too much. Everything is just good today. And not only that, but I'm going to be seeing Across the Spider-Verse later today as well. It's gonna be good. But let's go ahead and get the formalities out of the way, shall we? Yo, peoples, Kyushu92 here, and welcome back to yet another live reading of One Piece. We are going to be going through volume 24 of the series titled People's Dreams. Hold on, let me move this stuff out of the way real quick. There we go. Let's go ahead and get the formalities. Well, here I am. Just getting stuff. I'm just so excited today, okay? I'm excited to read One Piece today. So, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? I had myself some orange juice so my throat should be nice and coated so that if I need to do any new verses, I don't need to worry about them anymore. Let's go ahead with the story of One Piece, Volume 24. Monkey D. Luffy started out as just a kid with a dream to become the greatest pirate in history. Stirred by the tales of pirate red-haired Shanks, Luffy vowed to become a pirate himself. That was before the enchanted devil fruit gave Luffy the power to stretch like rubber, at the cost of being unable to swim, a serious handicap for an aspiring sea dog. Undeterred, Luffy set out to sea and recruited some crewmates. Master swordsman Zoro, treasure-hunting thief Nami, lying sharpshooter Usopp, the high-kicking chef Sanji, and the latest addition Chopper, the walkin', talkin' reindeer doctor. Luffy and crew fight to help Princess Vivi save her war-torn and drought-ravaged kingdom from the evil Sir Crocodile and his secret criminal organization, the Baroque Works. But Crocodile's true objective was to get his hands on the most destructive weapon of the ancient world, the Pluton. With such a weapon, world domination would be his. After numerous hair-raising battles, Crocodile and Baroque Works are defeated, and the kingdom is saved. The people rejoice, and Luffy and the others recover from their wounds. But there is little time to rest as the Navy is hot on their trail. So Luffy and crew bid farewell to Vivi and set sail once more. Their hearts are heavy, but they all find solace in the friendship that remains forever in their hearts. So many good things happened in the last volume, but let's get started today. Sorry, I was playing my Switch. I was playing on my Switch this morning. People's Dream, Volume 24, People's Dreams. We're going to be going through chapters 217 all the way to 226. Chapter 217, Stowaway. Hachi's Walk on the Seafloor, Volume 31. Save the Catfish Village. Exchange the treasure for cooking equipment. So, it looks like Hachi is actually going to save the Catfish Village after all. I thought he was running away from them because he didn't want to, give them treasure or anything, but apparently that's not the case. Also, this is the very first volume that starts the Skypiea arc. And that goes all the way till volume 31. So the entire Skypiea arc we're about to enter into goes from 24 all the way to 31. Then after that is Water 7. So, let's continue. Look, Hina! Lady Hina, look out! There's still a few of them left! Hina's furious. Huh? With who? Yourself? And then it cuts to Hina, who's fighting a pirate, and she dodges out of the way. You won't take me without a fight! And then Hina's arm wraps around this dude. It, physically goes through him and wraps around him. Huh? With who? Yourself?
Wrong.
And then it cuts to full body. Whoa! That's so amazing! It's the power of the bind fruit! Everything that passes through my body becomes bound! Say it! Say your motto! As it cuts to Django and full body just, still enamored by Hina.
I'm mad at you, Smoker.
And then Hina's arm passes straight through this pirate, and in the process leaves this binding structure around the pirate so that they can't move their arms at all. So this is the devil fruit power that Hina has, the bind fruit. For what? For what? A lot of reasons come to mind.
Because the Straw Hats got away.
Ah! What's this, a steel band? As Hina just sits on this pirate after binding them up.
And you seem pretty happy about it.
Huh? And then it cuts to the oceans of Alabasta. And then it gets closer and closer to Alabasta, namely Nanohana. And it cuts to the citizens. Hey, who was the princess talking to?
I don't know, but it doesn't matter.
Wasn't Princess Vivi's speech wonderful?
Sure was. We have to do our part. Even though we're just little folk. How can you say that?
And then it cuts to them going further out, and it cuts to them going, all right, let's start rebuilding. Then it cuts to the dugongs, who are steady, training, but I think they're doing it because of the Straw Hats. Then, as we see the dugongs, we see the herons flying up ahead. The same ones that Jack Luffy and they food. They're flying overhead. What's so funny, Toto? You haven't stopped laughing since you heard the speech. I can't say. It's a secret. Did all those sandstorms addle your brain, old man? And then Toto's just laughing. Take care, Luffy. Come back someday and have a drink of Yuba water. And it cuts to Koza, who's just smiling, looking outside, because Alabasta is truly and finally free. What are you people waiting for? Dig! Dig for water! Dig! Okay. And then it cuts to something out in the distance. And it looks like the Sandora dragon, or at least another one of them, because, Zoro, they cut off the head of that creature when they first encountered it. And then it cuts to Rain Base.
I hear things are bad in Alabarna.
Then we'll go there. We have to hurry and reclaim Yuba from the desert. It's an important crossroads in the west. Oh, snap. I am so sorry. All this time, I thought my stream was set... to begin at 12. Why did I set it to 1? I am so sorry. Hold on. I gotta let everyone know. Oh, snap. I didn't notice. I thought it was set to 1 o'clock. I thought I was so sure that I had it set to... I gotta let everyone know. Wait a minute, what the? Hold on. Hold on. It disconnected me. Hold on, I gotta fix that. I am so sorry. How did I... It was supposed to be at 1. It was supposed to be set at 1. I gotta let everyone know. Okay, okay, just make it that my audio is fine. Everything is fine. Okay, my audio is fine. I am so sorry. I gotta inform everyone that I'm live right now and not at 12. Wow, how did I not notice? How did it get set to 1? I was so sure that I set it to 12. I don't know why it was set to 1. I don't have anything going on right now that requires me to set it to 1 o'clock. Wow. My bad, Cohagen. My absolute bad. Wow. I was so sure that I set it to 12. Wow. Okay. Let's keep going. My apologies. My apologies, everybody. My apologies. Good Lord, man. My bad. But we cut back to the people going, I hear things are bad in Alabama. Then we'll go there. We have to hurry and reclaim Yuba from the desert. It's an important crossroads in the west. All the canals off of the Sandor River need to be repaired, too. And then it cuts to that same crab that Luffy and company used to get across the sands. It's scuttling out in the distance from Rain Base. Hey, what about the casino? Who cares? It's closed. Are you on chapter 217? Yes, I am. Let's go, you guys! Right! And then it cuts to someone speaking going, and then she said to me, Father, I have something very important to tell you. I'm a king, but no title is dearer to me than that of father. And it cuts to Cobra, who's speaking to the crowd. Mind you, all of this stuff is still happening in the crowd, but it cuts to Cobra, who's speaking to the crowd in the square. What are you saying, Your Majesty? Pell, I can't believe you're gone. I can't even shed a tear. Why is that, I wonder? And then it cuts to Chaka, who's standing in front of the grave of Pell, because, you know, Pell got engulfed in that explosion. But then it cuts to the far-off distance from the city, and it cuts to a person who's sitting on, like, one of the, you know, sitting on, I think, Karoo. Yeah, it looks like Karoo. And then it shows cannons firing, and and it's the Navy firing at the Straw Hats. And then, yeah, it's Vivi. It's Vivi, but we just see her in shadow. And she's looking at the Straw Hats leave. And she starts pulling her hair up. And then it cuts to some guards inside of the castle as they go, this camel's special? I guess that's what Princess Vivi said, and it's a candidate for the Supersonic Duck Squadron, and it's Eyelashes who's there sitting with these guards. But it's just a stupid camel. Yeah. And then it cuts to like some hospital far out in the desert. All right, thanks for everything. When you get home, get lots of rest. So impatient. And it cuts to this person who starts walking off in the distance, in the stands, where you don't see them. And then the doctor looks back and goes, huh? Hey, you! Wait! You forgot your headscarf! And this headscarf looks exactly like the one that Pell was wearing. So that means that your boy Pell is still alive! And then it cuts to Vivi.
All right, Karoo. Let's go home. To Alabarna.
As other countries watched in amazement, the kingdom of Alabasta recovered with astounding speed, as it cuts to Vivi running back to her home. Then it cuts to a Navy ship, and a door opens, and it's Tashigi.
Captain Smoker.
Hey, little lady, how's your leg?
Please don't call me that.
And then he pours a cup of coffee. And Tashigi sits next to him.
Thanks. I saw the wanted posters. There's quite a bounty on these two now. You know what his swordsman did?
Oh wait, this is Smoker saying this. I saw the wanted posters. There's quite a bounty on these two now. You know what his swordsman did?
You mean Roronoa Zoro?
He defeated 100 bounty hunters at Whiskey Peak. and he brought down Das Bones in Alabarna.
Daz Bones? The assassin?
The bounty hunter from the West Blue. He was calling himself Mr. One. So at least we have the name of Mr. One. Das Bones.
Crocodile surrounded himself with an army of extraordinarily dangerous criminals, but they lost.
Crocodile surrounded himself with an army of extraordinarily dangerous criminals, but they lost. As for the Straw Hat Gang, we'll settle things with them another day.
Yes, sir!
And they just continue to sail on. And then it cuts to someone on the Mary going, I guess the Navy isn't coming after us.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I think we lost them.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Come on, is that all you can say?
We miss Vivi!
And this is everyone except Zoro who feels this way. Chopper's crying, Nami's teary-eyed, Sanji's crying, Luffy's crying, Usopp's crying. Every member of the Straw Hats other than Zoro are teary-eyed that they left Vivi. Quit crying. If you couldn't stand to leave her, then you should have kidnapped her.
What? Barbarian? You're mean.
Mosshead.
Three swords style? Wait, Luffy, that's not an insult. Four sword style, then. That's not any better. Listen, try Natto. Tell him he stinks like Natto.
Fine, ball your heads off. And natto is basically fermented soybeans.
Well, it's about time. I thought you'd never leave that oversized sandbox.
Yeah. Huh?
Huh?
Here to avenge your comrades, eh? Well, bring it on.
What are you doing here?
What a babe!
Enemy raid! Enemy raid! Ah!
And then Chopper is screaming out loud, going,
Who is she?
Huh? Oh, it's you! You're still alive?
How rude. Don't point those at me. I've told you that before.
Huh? A hand? As it turns to Nico Robin, who's just on the Mary. And she uses her powers to slap away Zoro's hand to keep him from drawing his sword, and also slaps away Nami's climate baton in her hands as well.
Don't point those at me. I told you that before. How long have you been on board? Oh, a while. I was below deck reading a bit and took a shower. I borrowed these clothes. They're yours, right? How dare you, you Baroque Works witch! Monkey D. Luffy.
Huh?
You haven't forgotten what you did to me, have you?
Why you? What did you do to this beautiful woman, Luffy? And then it cuts to Usopp, who's still on the loudspeaker going, We don't want any trouble, just get off this ship! Hey, don't lie, I didn't do anything to you.
I suffered a great deal because of you. Now take responsibility. Huh? Huh? Who is she?
Please leave, or I'll call the Navy, goes Usopp. And then and Sanji is still choking Luffy, and Luffy goes, What do you want anyway? What do you want anyway?
I want to join your crew.
What? And everyone just loses their minds. And that's the end of chapter 217. Onwards to chapter 218, but before that, we got an SBS. Reader! Huh? What? Hey, Cheeto, hold on, I'm in a hurry. Huh? Say it? Say what? No, I don't want to say it, I'm leaving now, I'm out of here. Running off in the distance. The question corner will now begin. Being nice. Oda, you said it after all. Have a nice day. You said it after all? Have a nice day. Question. Oda-sensei, just how many liters are you? Nori, liquid glue. And answer, that's right, it must have been in elementary school when I was in the 4th grade. That's when I saw a Kappa, a water sprite. That whole question and answer just threw me off so much. That threw me off. Question. I have a question for you, Oda-sensei. Some of the Navy guys wear uniforms and others don't. Is that based on rank or what? Or do they just get to choose whatever they want? Answer. I guess you could say that. When you join the Navy, you're issued the standard Navy uniform and cap. See drawing. This is a very proud moment for the new recruits, and many of them call home via transponder snail to share the news. All the lower ranks have to wear the uniform. Django and Full Body are violating regulations. So they get to wear, they basically get to wear, they're basically breaking the rules by wearing their own shirts on top of the regular pants. Like Django has his long sleeve patterned shirt and Full Body has his short sleeve, but they're not Navy regulation. Django and Full Body are violating regulations. Once they reach the rank of petty officer, they're allowed to choose different types of uniforms, and civilian clothes are okay too. But all clothing must conform to Navy standards. Those above the rank of lieutenant are also allowed to wear the word justice on their backs. It seems the preferred attire for those above the rank of captain is a justice coat over a suit. Yo, Cedes, good to see you. Apologies if my stream says scheduled for 1. I meant to set it to 12, and it didn't work out that way. I forgot to set it to 12 when I set up the stream. So it may seem like I'm starting a bit early if you coming in here, but I meant to start it at 12. So apologies for that. How are you? Hope all is well for you today. A lot is good for me today. I'm just blessed to be alive and doing all this. It seems the preferred attire for those above the rank of captain is a justice coat over a suit. See Volume 8 for more details on the Navy ranks. Chapter 218, Why the Log Pose is Dome-Shaped. Hachi's Walk on the Seafloor, Volume 32. The sudden grand opening of the legendary octopus fritter shop. And it cuts to Hachi making food and cooking for different merfolk and fishmen and creatures, while Kami and Papagu help him make all these foods. Oh, it looks good. Sign says takoyaki octopus fritters, which is what the sign says on Hachi's shop. And then it cuts to a flashback as we go back down to the ruins.
Make him drink this right away.
And a vial is tossed over to Cobra.
It's the antidote to Crocodile's poison. Even if he gets buried under all this rubble, his rubbery body should save him.
And then it cuts to back. You just turned 37 on May 31st. Life is hitting you. Well, firstly, happy belated birthday to you. Happy belated birthday, 37. Man, you got 6 years on me because I'm 31. But happy belated birthday to you, Cedes. Hope all went great for you on your birthday. Man, another year to be alive. Fishman Island? No, we are not there yet. We just started volume 24. Volume 24, which is the start of the Skypiea arc. But we cut back to Robin. Who apparently tossed over the antidote to Cobra. And then we go back even further as she's reading the poneglyph and she goes,
"It's not recorded here. This is just a history of the kingdom."
What?
It's not recorded here. This is just a history of the kingdom.
What? And then it cuts to Cobra going, "Why did you lie?"
You knew? How disappointing. The history of Alabarna wasn't carved on that stone. It had all the information about the weapon you...
Oh! The history of Alabarna wasn't carved on that stone. It had all the information about the weapon you were after. Even its whereabouts. If you had told him what was written there, it would have been the end. The kingdom would have fallen into his hands. And it cuts to Cobra pouring the antidote in to Luffy's mouth. So, the poneglyph did in fact tell the location of Pluton. It's just that Robin lied and chose not to tell Crocodile. You gotta get back to watching One Piece. You're hearing words around about this 3-letter name dude. I'm like, oh man, look. We will cross that bridge when we get to it. I'm not gonna say a word, especially with the newest chapter dropping tomorrow. I ain't saying jack. I ain't saying nothing. But we get back to Robin.
I don't care about kingdoms or people's lives. None of that matters to me. but I had no intention of giving Crocodile the weapon.
I don't understand. Then why did you come here?
Events don't always live up to one's expectations. I was looking for the real poneglyph. Among the many poneglyphs that exist in the world, it's the only one that recounts the true history.
True history? What do you mean?
It doesn't matter. For 20 years I've been searching for it. I have no more leads to go on. This was my last hope, but it wasn't the one. I have nothing more to live for. I may as well die here. I'm tired of this life. All I wanted was to know the true history.
And then Cobra watches on. Mind you, during this whole ordeal, the ruins are coming down. They're having such a casual conversation as they're getting dangerously close to being entombed in this mausoleum. They're just having a casual conversation as the world just crumbles around them.
Too many obstacles stood between me and my dream.
As Robin starts to tear up, and then Cobra notices. Tell me something. Do you mean, can these scripts be spun together to tell of untold history? Is that what the poneglyphs are? And then it cuts to Robin, who just smiles back at Cobra. If so, then why are we... And then it cuts to... Then it cuts to Cobra being picked up, and then Robin suddenly being picked up.
Huh?
Okay, let's get out of here. By Luffy. Robin and Cobra are picked up by Luffy. This dude recovered quickly from getting that antidote.
Stop! I don't want to live! Leave me here!
Why should I listen to you? And then it cuts to Luffy, who makes his way out of the mausoleum. And then we cut back to the present day.
I wanted to die and you made me live. That's your crime. I know I have nowhere to go and nowhere to return to. So let me join your crew.
Well, I guess it can't be helped. Okay. Luffy! Don't worry, she's not a bad person.
I was an archaeologist by the time I was 8. Then I had a bounty put on my head.
An archaeologist? An archaeologist?
I come from a family of them.
Because I'm over here looking at this panel wondering what's going on with Chopper off to the side. And I'm wondering who he's checking on. I can't tell who he's checking on right now. Because he's over there. Chopper's over there with Luffy and someone else. I can't tell if it's Sanji. It might be Sanji. Yeah, it might be Sanji. Oh yeah! Yeah, it's Sanji because he passed out from the prospect of Robin joining the crew. An archaeologist?
I come from a family of them. For the next 20 years, I hid from the government. But a child can't live on the high seas alone. I survived by joining various outlaw gangs. As a result, I became an expert at operating in the shadows. I can be a big help to you.
You're very confident. What's your specialty?
Assassination.
Luffy! Upon interrogating her, I've concluded she's too dangerous! And then it cuts to Luffy and Chopper being messed with by the hands of Robin over on the other side of the ship. Like she's leaning them over. She's making them follow one hand while another one hits Luffy in the back of the head, and that causes both of them to just start laughing. And then she starts tickling the both of them with her hands. Did you guys hear me?
She's already won them over, the idiots. How foolish. A few days ago, she was the vice president of Baroque Works. That woman was Crocodile's partner. You may have fooled Luffy, but you can't fool me. You make one wrong move and I'll throw you out. Yes, I'll keep that in mind. By the way, I brought a few of Crocodile's gems with me.
Oh, sister, I love you! And then Robin immediately wins over Nami. And then Usopp and Zoro are like, hey. And then it cuts to Usopp and Zoro. Nami's hooked too! What a dirty trick. Oh, love! Oh, drifting love! I am but a charred piece of driftwood floating along your current. The thunderbolt of your beauty has struck me. I am but a driftwood being splintered by the rapids. I made you a snack. And it's Sanji putting on his big boy simp pants and just completely enamored by Robin, with Zoro and Usopp going, and there goes Sanji. He never had a chance. And as Sanji brings over Robin's snack, she just goes, thank you. I guess it's up to you and me to be strong. What a bunch of pushovers.
Usopp?
Huh? I'm Chopper! And then Usopp starts laughing at Luffy, who has Robin's hand sticking out of his head, and Usopp basically just gives way to Robin's antics. And then Zoro's the only one who's just keeping the calm composure. And then it cuts to Robin, who's up there speaking with Zoro.
This is nice. Is it always like this?
Pretty much.
I see.
And then it cuts to Zoro, who's just thinking to himself, what's her game? And then it cuts to later on as Robin speaks to Nami.
What's your log post course, Navigator? Ahead west by northwest, Robin.
She gave you a gem, didn't she?
Sanji, how about a snack?
Give me a minute. Nami, do you think the next island will be snowy?
Haven't you had enough snow? After Alabasta, and Autumn Island should be coming up next.
Great! I like autumn too! Great! I like autumn too! And then it shows something falling and hitting onto the ship. Zoro been a real G? Yeah, Zoro don't get distracted by women or anything of that nature. He's all like, I'm just going to focus on my training. But I'm also going to watch you because you also used to be the partner to a person that tried to have us killed. So yeah, when it comes to the voices of reason, you can bet Zoro's going to be one of those individuals. You'll see that throughout the series. But something hits the ship. Huh? Rain? It's not rain. Rice crackers? No, something's fall. Huh? And we see that something gets closer and closer to the Mary, as the thing that's falling towards them are the pieces of an entire ship falling from the sky towards the Straw Hat crew, with narration going, anything man can imagine is a possibility in reality. Willie Karen, physicist. Out of the sky? A galleon? Ah! How? And then Robin's watching as this giant ship crashes in front of the Mary, whipping up the waves so much that even the Mary starts to flip around, with everyone holding on for dear life. Ah! Hang on, grab on to something!
What's going on? What is this?
It's a dream! It's all a bad dream!
A dream? That's a relief!
There's more coming down, look out!
Hold the rudder!
What good would that do? Luffy, protect the ship, she'll break up. Okay, huh? Usopp?
Don't worry, just relax and close your eyes. Then slowly open them. See, it's a nice peaceful morning.
And then Usopp opens his eyes and the skull of a whole skeleton just falls right in front of him.
Ah! A skull!
Don't throw it this way, you fool!
It's still coming down! Skeletons!
And then everything stops falling from the sky and things subside. And then it cuts to Luffy. Why is it raining ships? It's crazy. There's nothing up there.
Ah!
What's wrong, Nami?
What the log post? It's broken. It's pointing upward and not moving. It's not broken. The magnetic field of another island has made it switch headings. And if it's pointing skyward, that can only mean one thing. Our log pose has been captured by a sky island.
And that is the end of chapter 218. Let's continue, ladies and gentlemen, to 219. But before that, another SBS. Question. Time passes more slowly in the manga world, doesn't it? Does that mean we'll have to wait another 2 years before it's Luffy's birthday? No, Luffy has a birthday every year. It's just that he turns 17 every year. Isn't he lucky? Question. Say, Oda-sensei, in chapter 216 of volume 23 in the second panel of page 215, one of the passers-by is Mr. 3. He's walking along like nothing happened. What's going on? Didn't he die? Please explain in exactly 75 letters, not including punctuation marks. Answer. Oh yes, that's him, but explaining it in 75 letters won't be easy. The reason he's there? Easy. I felt like it. No, shucks, I was too long. Question. How do you do, Oda-sensei? Here's a question for you. Who takes the pictures of those wanted posters that the Navy puts out? Answer. That's him. Real name, Atachi. 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 Atatchi. Atachi. Also known as Atachan. Atachan, he's very agile and can sneak into any place. When he snaps a picture, he yells out, "Fire!" Hence his nickname, Fire Atachan. Fire Atachan, head of the Navy Photography Department. So he's pretty much the individual who be taking pictures of people, at least from these neck of the woods. Chapter 219, Masura, the Salvage King. Hachi's Walk on the Seafloor, Volume 33. The Catfish Village is saved, proposing with the last box. So Hachi intends to go find Octopaco and then propose to her with his last bit of food. Now, mind you, this woman threw this man's food away the last time he saw her. So that's already disrespectful. A woman that disrespects food like that is not worthy of your time. He's trying to go back and propose to her with another thing of food. Mind you, most dudes would learn, oh, she ain't like food? Well, first of all, she ain't for me. But if it's another person who tries to still get with that person, you don't go back with even more food. But love can make it do crazy things even when it don't make sense. Chapter 219, Masura, the Salvage King. Sky Island? What's that? Is this island floating?
Is that where the ship and the skeletons fell from? I don't see any islands up there. Actually, it's not just the island. It's the sea that's floating in the sky.
The sea? Now I'm even more confused. Woo! Both Luffy and Usopp are both excited over the idea of a sea in the sky. The sea floats in the sky and there's an island on it. Let's go! Come on, guys, raise the prow! Raise the prow! And then hands just sprout. Hands just sprout from Luffy's arms and they cover his mouth because, you know, he's being loud. Then it cuts to Sanji. Captain, we can't raise the prow.
Actually, I've never seen this Sky Island. I don't know very much about it.
But that's impossible! How can an island or an ocean float in the air? The log post must be broken.
You literally just got told that you should never expect normal the moment you got into the Grand Line. Crocus literally just told you that nothing is normal once you get to the Grand Line. Once you enter into the Grand Line, more specifically, think the word normal does not exist. You cannot expect normal to happen once you enter into the Grand Line. It's like they just forgot this whole conversation with Crocus.
But that's impossible! How can an island or an ocean float in the air? The log post must be broken.
No, Navigator. It's not the log post. What we have to figure out now is how we get up to the sky.
And then it cuts to Zoro, and he's watching Usopp and Luffy just jump onto the ruins of the galleon that fell from the sky right next to him. What are they doing?
Searching,
goes Chopper.
No matter what happens to this ship, no matter what kind of crisis we face, we must never suspect the log post. That is essential. If we doubt anything on these seas, it should be our own senses. There will always be an island wherever that needle points.
And the log post for Nami just continues to point to the sky. And she starts shaking it like, maybe if I shake it, it'll fix itself, but it's not working.
What's she doing with that coffin?
Goes Chopper. Any clues?
Well,
You have weird interests.
A skeleton and a pretty woman. What a combination. Sanji, you are so much of a simp that you're not even paying attention to the fact that she's messing with a dead body. Just saying. I mean, of course, the body has been long dead because it's just a skeleton now, but he's just like, it doesn't matter. She's hot. That's Sanji. That's literally Sanji's That's literally Sanji's entire headspace when it comes to women. Doesn't matter. She's hot. This woman tried to kill you. Doesn't matter. She's hot. She tried to poison you. Doesn't matter. She's hot. She wants to kill you, your family, owner Zeph, everybody. Doesn't matter. She's hot. That is literally Sanji's entire mindset when it comes to women. A skeleton and a pretty woman. What a combination.
Hey, you put it together.
Hey, you put it together.
This hole was man-made.
Aha, so that's what killed him.
No, these are the marks of brain surgery. Right, ship's doctor?
She hasn't called anyone by their names yet. And then Chopper reiterates.
Yes, a long time ago, people used to make holes in the skull to relieve the pressure of tumors. But nobody does that anymore. This man died over
200 years ago. He was in his mid-30s. He got sick on the high seas and died. Compared to these others, his teeth are well preserved. Probably due to the tar on them. His clothes are unique to a particular area of the South Blue. I'd say that ship was an old exploration vessel. Here it is.
But he don't like getting played? I mean, he don't like getting played, but if the face is pretty enough, he don't mind.
I'd say that ship was an old exploration vessel. Here it is. The St. Breeze, from the South Blue Kingdom of Breeze, set sail 208 years ago. That's the ship that fell on us. It's the same symbol.
So this ship has been sailing the skies for 200 years? You figured...
So the ship has been...
So you figured all that out from a bunch of bones?
They say dead men tell no tales, but that's not always true. If it was an exploration ship, there should be lots of records on board. But it's sinking.
Luffy!
But it's sinking!
Luffy, hang on! Help!
And the whole thing just starts to go underwater.
What are you idiots doing?
Goes Nami. Hey, you guys! We did it! I found something amazing! Take a look at this! And he holds it up to the entire crew, and it's a map.
A map of a sky island?
And on this map, it says Skypiea.
Skypiea?
Right? Right?
Is there really an island in the sky?
Is there really an island in the sky?
We did it, Usopp!
Chopper! There's an island in the sky!
A dream island! We're going to a dream island!
A dream island?
And then it cuts to Nami.
Don't get too excited. We don't know anything for sure. There are a lot of fake maps in the world.
And then Chopper, Usopp, and Luffy all just almost get depressed because they don't want to think about the fact that what they hold could be fake.
Oh, sorry. It's okay. I'm sure it's real, but we just don't know how to get there.
And then it cuts to Nami punching where the main flag post is, even though it's been crudely held together. Usopp goes,
Nami, take it easy on this ship.
You're our navigator, aren't you? Do something!
There's some things even I can't do.
It's easy, just sail up to the sky. Nami's beautiful when she's angry. Simplet Sanji hits once again.
This is useless. We're getting nowhere. The needle's still pointing straight up. Robin's right. We need more information. If that huge ship was up there, then there must be a way for us to get up there too. Let's search the wreck for records.
But it sank.
Then we'll just have to salvage it.
Yeah!
That's impossible, goes Zoro. Yo, Ozzy, good to see you. Sorry, I gotta apologize to every single person who shows up here. Apologies for my stream saying scheduled at 1. I meant to put it as 12, but it was 1 when I said it. I don't know if I was sleepy during that time, but apologies for it appearing to say one. Thankfully, community tabs exist so I can let you know instantaneously when stuff is going on. But yeah, like I'm looking and it won't let me change the time because I'm already live. But apologies, I meant to set it to 12 and not 1.
Then we'll just have to salvage it. Yeah!
That's impossible, goes Zoro.
And then it cuts to Chopper, who's talking to Robin.
What's salvage mean?
Raising a sunken ship, but it's impossible. That ship's too big.
Wow! You really like to put us in danger, huh? And it cuts to Luffy inside a big old barrel, like a makeshift, what is it called? What? I am drawing a blank on what you call this type of suit. There's a name for this suit. It's not a subsuit. That's on me since you're on the standard time zone. It's on me because I didn't set it to the right time. What do you call this? Diving suit! How did I forget something so simple as the name of it being called a diving suit? Scuba diving gear. That too. Scuba diving gear and a diving suit. How did I forget? It was like in my brain, it was all like, nope, in order to pass this, you need to go through a security check before you get this memory back. That's how it just was like, I can't remember. But we did. But Luffy is inside of like a diving suit made of 2 barrels, while Zoro and Sanji get 1 barrel. 2 barrels because if water goes above his waist, then strength gets sapped away from him. So they got double ones on to make sure that he can still be active. You really like to put us in danger, huh? Zoro's not saying anything. And then Sanji's going, I promise to find you a way up to the sky, Nami.
I'm counting on you.
And then it cuts to Usopp going, have no fear, my engineering is flawless. And then it cuts to a big fish that just splashes up right next to them, presumably swallowing the ship right next to them. And then they all get dropped into the water as someone goes, good luck, you guys! And then they go underwater. Ugh. And they're all just thinking like, hey, because down in the water underneath them is like a giant snake and like a giant turtle down there in the deep as well. Then it cuts to Chopper.
This is Chopper. Please report.
This is Luffy. There are a lot of monsters down here. Over. Is this the lair of a giant sea snake? This is Sanji. It's looking at us.
They're okay.
Okay!
They'll be fine. Don't be such a worrywart. Chopper, hold tight to the brake.
Okay.
I'm sure glad I didn't go with them.
And then it cuts to Robin hearing someone singing in the background. Salvage, 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 salvage. And I'm just presuming that's what they're singing. And it cuts to people clanging on cymbals.
What's that?
And it's someone blowing on a whistle as well. Heave to! And then person blowing on the whistle again.
Aye, aye, sir! Is this where the ship sank?
Aye! Is this where the ship sank?
Aye, aye, boss!
Boss? That's me! Prepare to raise ship! That sunken ship is mine! Woo-hoo! Salvage King Masada, boss of the Masada pirates with a bounty of 23 million berries. So, events that go into Skypiea. Well, let's just be honest here. There's a lot of events of One Piece that I've never known. Storylines that I've never known. Arcs that I've never known. This is one of them. The entire Skypiea arc, I've never... like I said before, I got into One Piece through the 4Kids dub. And I watched a couple of episodes, but I didn't watch them religiously. Then afterwards, I got into One Piece by reading the manga. but that was all the way during Punk Hazard, way further in the story. So, and I know of events that happened with Marineford and certain episodes that I watched when I used to get the One Piece DVDs. I only remember certain instances of the story that led up to like Thriller Bark. That when it came to me watching the anime for One Piece, I really just started from when the story went into Thriller Bark, and then went onwards, and that's the anime that I watched from then on. And then when it came to the manga, I was in Punk Hazard. So who this dude is, I have no idea, which is why I was so confused as to who this guy was on the cover, because I don't know him. I know this guy. I know Luffy, Robin, but these two dudes in the back, I don't know who they are. So this is going to be the class of where I learn who these people are. But his name is Masida, Salvage King Masida, boss of the Masida Pirates, bounty of 23 million berries. Woo, woo, woo! And they all are acting like monkeys because Masida looks like a big old giant ape dude.
Why'd we have to meet these guys now?
Hey, what are you doing here? This is my territory.
Territory?
That's right. Any ship that sinks around here belongs to me. You better not have messed with any of them. Huh?
I think he means to salvage the ship.
That's what he said.
This could be a lucky break for us.
Quit talking amongst yourselves. Answer my question. Ooh.
Excuse me, may I ask you a question?
You're asking the questions? All right, ask away. All right, ask away. That might be the voice I'll give to him. That's right, any ship that sinks around here belongs to me. You better not have messed with any of them.
Yeah, that's the voice I'll give to Masida for the time being.
Excuse me, may I ask you a question?
Goes Nami.
You're asking the questions? All right, ask away.
Sir, are you going to salvage a ship right now?
What good manners? Do you think I warrant such admiration?
Admiration?
I mean, do you think I'm that handsome?
Yeah.
Is he serious?
I'm speechless.
Well, is he gonna salvage the ship?
You don't even have to ask. If there's a sunken ship, I'm gonna bring it up. That's me. If it floats, I'll sink it, then bring it up. That's me. There's no ship we can't salvage.
Then would you mind if we watched?
Huh? Haven't you ever seen a salvage operation before? All right, sure, you can watch.
Great. Let's see how he does it.
Boss, we got trouble.
What is it?
These men went down to prepare the cradle in.
What? Did a Neptunian get him?
No, but it looks like somebody beat him up.
There's somebody down.
There's somebody down there? Then...
Those guys. This is bad.
Because the Sorry. We're good now. It went out. My internet went out for a quick second. Yeah, it wasn't on your end. It was on mine. My internet just went out for like 2 minutes for a quick second. It went out for 2 seconds. Well, 2 minutes. It went out for 2 minutes, but we're back. We had to go. We had to refresh. Let me see where I left off. All right. All right, now we can get back to it. Apologies, everyone. We are back. Internet went out for a quick second, but we continue on. I will not be stopped. I will not be stopped.
No, but it looks like somebody bite him up!
There's somebody down there. Then
Those guys, this is bad!
Because Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji are down there. So the person that beat up one of his own crew that went down to prepare the cradle, they got beaten up by those guys.
hey, you guys!
Yikes! Well...
Be careful. There's some bad people down on the seafloor.
Oh. Lucky for us, he's an idiot.
Hurry up and set the cradle. Let's start salvaging.
Aye, aye, sir!
And then it cuts to Luffy, it cuts to Sanji and Zoro as they get closer and closer to the destroyed galleon down at the bottom. And that's the end of chapter 219. Onwards to chapter 220, A Walk on the Seafloor. Hachi's Walk on the Seafloor, volume 34. Octopaco is drawn by the aroma of the sauce. So she's trying to make googly eyes at Hachi, but she only wants the food, but she doesn't want Hachi. She ain't worth it. This woman ain't worth it. She's not worth it if she's only trying to get what you're trying... If she's only trying to get from you what you can give her instead of going for you, not worth it. Hachi, you are better off with somebody else. This woman only wants your food. But she doesn't deserve it because she pretty much disrespected your food the last time. If you can't like my food when it's at its worst, you don't deserve my food when it's at its best. Let's keep going. This woman don't deserve you. She don't deserve you. Then it cuts back to Masira. And he's waving back to... Then it cuts to Masira as he's waving back at Nami and the crew.
He's waving. Don't let him see the air pump, Usopp. Ugh.
As he's pumping air down to Luffy, Sanji, and Zoro.
I won't.
Hey, you guys, just pretend they're pumpkins. Don't get excited. Don't be nervous just because we have observers, men.
And it cuts to the rest of his crew just excited that they have an audience.
Why are they so nervous? Maybe they're trying to impress us.
Beware of the mysterious enemy below.
And it cuts...
Aye, aye, sir!
And it cuts to one going underwater as Luffy and company are steadily looking around for stuff. And then it cuts to a vase, and then it crumbles in Luffy's hands. And it cuts to the rest of them just looking around in these different spots, looking for treasure or any information that they can get their hands on. And it cuts to Zoro, who's trying to pull a sword out of a sheath, and with all of his might, all it really does is just break the sword. And Zoro just looks at this broken sword. Then we cut to someone who's jiggling the handle onto a door, and then they just kick open the entire area and just break it. Obviously, this is Sanji, and he's looking around and he sees a picture of a woman with a stake going through it, like a harpoon going through the picture, and then he just puts it down. And it cuts to numerous spots with harpoons, but also skulls with harpoons through them as well. And then it cuts to Luffy pointing in the direction of Zoro as they see like a locked treasure chest that's down there. And they're motioning and they're trying to... And they open it and the only thing that's in there is just a feather. They open it up and the only thing in there is just a feather. And before anything can happen, something jabs into the space where they're at. Because mind you, remember, they're underwater, so they can't exactly hear each other. Like, they don't have advanced scuba diving microphones or anything of that nature. They can only... It's just silence as they're just exploring the ship. But something jabs into the ship in front of them. And they get surprised as it turns out to be hooks. And it's a whole bunch of hooks that jab into the side of the ship. And apparently this is the cradle that Masura was talking about.
Cradle set! What is this?
And it cuts to, what is this? As it cuts to Luffy, possibly Luffy, crying out. But Usopp and Nami both cover up the holes where they can speak before Masuda can hear it.
What is that? That monkey! What's that monkey for?
You mean this? Ooh, Kiki, you have sharp eyes. This is no ordinary prow. Engage the barco grabber!
And his figurehead for his ship is basically just a classic monkey with symbols, and it can extend outwards from the ship.
Aye, aye, sir! Monkey, 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 monkey! Whoa!
And it cuts to the monkey being lowered into the water. And then it cuts to Chopper going,
Wow! Incredible!
It's amazing! What is? 40 meters to target. 30 meters. 20. 10.
Barco grabber, link completed. All right, prepare for inflation.
Aye, aye, sir!
and then it cuts to Masuda holding something in his hands.
No way. He's going to raise the wreck? With his breath? That's ridiculous!
And then Masuda inhales deeply. And then he just blows into this hose that apparently is going all the way, it goes all the way down to the ship itself. And he starts pumping air into the ship.
Air?
Yeah, he's pumping air into the ship that's causing it to rise.
It's rising! Hey, pull it up!
Hey, pull it up!
Aye, aye, sir! More air! Don't slow down!
More air! Don't slow down!
Aye, aye, sir!
And then it keeps pumping the ship more and more and more.
Yeah!
What? What happened, man?
Boss, the underwater crew! There are people in the wreck! Ah!
Blast! I'll teach them to mess with more men, the scallywags!
And then it cuts to... Masuda, who looks at Nami and everyone else. One Piece world. Yeah, I know. And Nami goes,
We're not taking pictures or anything.
What?
Was he posing just for us?
Boss, help! Ah!
I'm coming! Keep raising the ship!
Aye, aye, sir!
and then Masuda just dives into the water. And as he's diving, a big old sea creature comes up right next to him and prepares to chomp on him. Then it cuts to Masuda, who starts winding up his fist in the air, and he punches this sea creature directly underwater, sending it flying into the distance. Underwater. Remember, there's still, you know, like resistance. Hold on. I forgot to refresh my chat. It'll fix itself. There we go. Sorry, I forgot to fix this and refresh it. Hold on. Get the doc. Chat back over. There we go. All right, there we go. Sorry, I forgot to do that. Continuing on, Masuda hits the sea creature with Monkey Punch and sends it flying as he continues to sail closer. He continues to dive deeper and deeper towards the galleon.
It's coming up!
It's coming up! It's coming up! It's coming up! It's coming up! It's coming up! It's coming up! It's there! I'm sorry, but
It's coming up!
and then he lands on it. And then it cuts to Luffy and crew inside the galleon, outside of their dive suits. See? We don't even need the barrels now! They filled it full of air. I wonder who's trying to bring this ship up. I hope Nami and Robin are okay. They haven't been responding to my calls.
Who are you? How dare you invade my territory?
And then Masuda looks at Luffy, and Luffy goes, Hey, A monkey.
Huh? You think I'm hunky?
Not bad for a monkey.
What are they talking about? What? Who are you?
Hey, what's that underneath?
As Nami and Usopp sees a massive shadow underneath not only the Mary, but also the ship of Masuda.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Really? You're from the East Blue?
That's right, you really do look like a monkey.
Stop, you flatter me. Kiki.
And as they're speaking, a giant, and when I mean giant, I mean big enough to swallow both the ship of Masuda and the Mary in one gulp, floats in, and swallows the galleon along with Sanji, Zoro, Luffy, and Masuda, all in one go. And that's the end of chapter 220. Onwards to chapter 221, Monsters!
Boss! Boss! What is that, a continent? I don't know. I don't see anything. I didn't see anything. It's all a dream. A dream? Whew, thank goodness.
And then it cuts to Robin as she walks in going,
Oh, have they been devoured, ship and all?
Don't say that!
and then it cuts to the turtle, cuts to that massive turtle surfacing, and it's right next to everyone.
Look at it! The air hoses are hanging out of its mouth!
Stops. Look at it. The air hoses are hanging out of its mouth.
Stop saying that! Ah! Ah! Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji got gobbled up! This is all your fault! You sent them to the bottom of the ocean in the Grand Line! You don't know what was down there! You didn't know what was down there, but you sent them anyway! They trusted you!
And then it cuts to Nami, who goes,
You're right. I'm sorry!
and then she's all like, who are you screaming I'm sorry at? They can't hear you! And then Usopp falls over.
Ooh, that's not right!
And then the Mary starts getting pulled. Because, they're still connected to the hoses.
That this was bound to happen if the hoses weren't cut. We're being dragged under.
Robin, you're strong, right? Do something! No!
Impossible, that thing's too big.
Mates, pull the boss up! We have to save him! We gotta show him what the master of pirates are made of! Ukiki! The boss is still alive! Ukiki! That's right! It's times like these that test our solidarity as a crew,
Goes Usopp.
Usopp! Gotcha. Cut their hoses! Save the ship!
What about our friends? She's evil!
Like, Nami is quick to cut the lines of Luffy and company. And then it cuts to complete and total darkness.
Huh? What? What is that?
As everything gets dark, all of a sudden, like, instantaneously.
Huh? It got dark!
No way. It's too early.
Then what's happening? Luffy! Zoro! Sanji!
And then it cuts to the Mashita crew as they go,
Uh-oh, this is bad. When it suddenly gets dark in the middle of the day, monsters are coming. We'll be sunk. Get the boss back up here. Quick!
and then something comes up out of the water. Yeah, something comes up out of the water, and it looks like Luffy.
Luffy?
And he's got something. It cuts to Luffy as he has like a big old knapsack around his neck, and he drops on the deck along with Zoro and Sanji.
Luffy!
Luffy, what happened? Are you alive?
As she starts patting him on the back.
Zoro! Sanji!
Let's sail. Set sail. Let's get out of here. We're in danger.
Thank goodness you're alive! Yes, we should get away from that turtle!
What turtle? There was a big monkey down there. It's gotta be some sort of sea monster. But he was friendly with Luffy at first. Naturally, they're both monkeys. But as soon as he saw the stuff we picked up from the ship, he went berserk. He turned into a gorilla.
That was Masuda.
That was Masuda. He's a salvager, but how did you get out of the turtle's mouth?
Turtle? What turtle?
Hey, the turtle's acting weird. Its mouth is open. Is that how you got out?
Whoa! What's that?
You just noticed it? That thing ate you! Ship and all!
And then it cuts back to Luffy, who's back to being conscious again.
Whew!
Huh? Why is it so dark out?
Luffy, help set the sail!
Hold it! Hey, you!
As it cuts to Masuda, who shoots up out of the water and lands on the Mary.
You've encroached on Masuda's territory. Nobody steals more treasure.
Treasure? You found treasure?
Yeah, lots and lots.
That stupid monkey, he'll wreck the ship.
Boss, look out!
Huh? What is it?
And everyone looks absolutely terrified. Everyone on the Straw Hat ship is looking terrified. Then Masuda looks absolutely terrified. Then the giant turtle, you know, the one that is capable of swallowing both Masuda's ship and the Mary at the same time, it starts looking terrified and it starts twitching. As we stare face to face. Well, I wouldn't say face to face, but we see giant. And when I say giant, I mean absolutely giant humanoid shadowed figures in the distance. And they're all holding spears. And they also have like these wing-like protrusions from their back as well. Good to see you, Psycho. Everyone is terrified to see these giant beings. And then the giant being starts raising its hand, and the wind starts howling. And everyone screams, "Monsters!" And then it cuts to the Mary just sailing off with lightning speed. As everyone is just rowing like crazy in order to get out of there. Everyone is just rowing Everyone is rowing to get out of there.
Yeah. Impossible. Nothing could be that big. Something's just not right today. A falling galleon was bad enough.
The needle was pointing up to the sky.
The weird monkey came to salvage the wreck.
And a giant turtle gobbled it up. It suddenly got dark.
And finally, those super gigantic monsters showed up.
Yeah, that was really scary.
And it turns out that Masuda is on the ship with everyone. And then it's just silence as he's just sitting there on the ship with the rest of the Straw Hat crew. And then Luffy, Sanji, and Zoro kick Masuda off, going, "Get lost!" And that is the end of chapter 221. Onwards to chapter 222. But first, an SBS. Question. Hello, I have a question for you, Oda-sensei. Which character in One Piece do you most resemble? I'm thinking you're probably very Usopp-ish. Answer. Let's see. There's the brains, the calm demeanor, the clothes. Yes, I guess I'm a lot like red-haired Shanks. Yeah, I can hear everyone shouting in agreement. Huh? Ow, don't throw things at me, that hurts! Then we go back to another question. Regarding the Civil War in Alabasta, originally you said there were 300,000 men in the Royal Army and 700,000 in the rebel forces. But in Volume 20, Chaka says there are 2 million rebels, so where did the other 1.3 million more come from? Are they people like Toto, who didn't originally participate in the uprising but joined later? Answer. That's it. In any case, Alabasta has a population of 10 million. In order to make the story easier to understand, I left out a lot of details. Alabasta has many towns and villages that weren't mentioned in the story. So 2 million may not seem like many compared to 10 million, but 2 million armed people is a lot. This is a really serious uprising. I gotta blow my nose after this. Question. Hello, Eiichiro Oda-sensei. I recently went on a homestay in England and discovered something I wanted to share with you. The toilet paper there is brown, but kind of orange. Answer. No kidding? That's bad. Visibility is critical with toilet paper. Is that because England is tea country? Are they invoking images of tea? And that's the end of the SBS. We'll move on to chapter 222, but first I gotta blow my nose. I'll be right back. I am sorry for the wait. What started out as a simple runny nose turned into something else, and I was not about to have that happen while I was reading. But we're all good now. We got to continue on because I've fallen behind. I need to catch up. I need to catch up. But yeah, let's get back to it. So, yeah, that was the end of the SBS. Onwards to chapter 222, The Giant Novice. Hachi's Walk on the Seafloor, volume 35, The Old Catfish Who Came Late. And while it looks like Hachi is preparing to give his last batch of food to Octopaco in order to win her over, and she's only there to get that good food from Hachi and not there for him, the old catfish who was there in the village earlier on in this cover story shows up because he didn't get any food. So now Hachi's left with a choice. Give his food to his old girlfriend, or give his last bit of food to the one member of the catfish village that didn't manage to get his hands on it. And then it cuts to Luffy and company. Since I took care of that, I can breathe. Good lord, I can breathe now.
Wow, that thing was huge. Yeah, I never want to bump into that again. But you know something, Chopper? What? If we really tried, we could beat that thing. Really? Sure, I brought down 10 of them all by myself once. 10 of them? Can any of you guys...
And then it cuts to Nami, who goes,
Can any of you guys tell me
why you bothered to dive down to the bottom of the sea? All you brought back was junk. None of this can tell us how to get up to the sky.
We couldn't find anything. That's the truth, Nami. Somebody beat us to the ship. Either that or the people on that ship had slaughtered each other.
Then we're going to need more information. Now listen. If we're going up to the sky, whatever happened on that ship could happen to us. We need all the information we can get. A rusty sword, dishes, a live octopus. We need something like a ship's log or a map, that kind of stuff.
And it cuts to Nami, who just starts stomping on all of these, potentially priceless relics.
What's that, Luffy?
Armor. Hey, it broke! As it cuts to Luffy, who's apparently fallen backwards because Nami beat him up in this armor. I brought back a pretty shell for you, Nami.
I don't want it, fool!
You seem to be having a hard time. It's not going to get any easier. This is a ship of fools, and now we've totally lost our way.
And then it cuts to Robin, who gives Nami something.
Here. Huh? An eternal pose, but I stole it back there from the 8th ship.
You're the only ally I have.
Hey, there's an octopus. Let's make octopus fritters. What a coincidence.
Seems you put up with a lot. Jaya. This must be their home base.
Jaya? Are we going there?
You're the captain. It's up to you.
Okay, to Jaya. Full speed ahead! To Jaya at top speed!
Nami, which way? To starboard.
Chopper, help us!
Okay.
To Jaya! And then it cuts to Usopp, who's just eating. And apparently they've made octopus fritters out of that octopus because they're already eating the fritters.
Oh, hold on. If we go straight to this Jaya, won't the log post reset itself? Then we won't be able to go to the Sky Island. What?
Heave to! We're not going to Jaya! What's going on, Nami?
What? You wanted to go to Jaya, didn't you?
Yeah, but I want to go to Sky Island too.
Well, that's your fault. You have to think ahead, Luffy. You know how the log post works.
Oh, yeah. All right, listen, I'm the captain, so I'm going to choose our destination. I want to go to the Sky Island.
Fine. So how do we get there?
Well, the best thing is to ask someone.
That's true. Let's ask somebody in Jaya.
So let's go to Jaya.
All right! To Jaya! We're right back where we started!
it's like a whole bunch of wordplay to make Luffy want to go to Jaya in order to get to the Sky Island.
The log post won't reset immediately. Why not go to Jaya and leave again before the log post can log on to another magnetic field?
Yeah, let's do that.
We'll need a little luck, though.
And so they sail for the mysterious land of Jaya. All right, crew, let's go to Jaya, the land of meat.
Yeah! In your dreams.
Nami, Robin, I made some special octopus fritters for ladies only. See anything, Usopp? See anything, Usopp?
Not yet.
It shouldn't be too far away, right? That monkey man said this was his territory.
But the weather's stable. We may already be in Jaya's climatic zone.
I bet Jaya's an island of springtime.
It's so nice and warm. I like spring. I think the seagulls like it too.
And then all of a sudden, seagulls just drop dead. Yeah, seagulls just drop dead in front of Chopper right on the deck of the ship.
Ah! They've been shot down!
Yeah, let's grill them up. Let's throw them on the grill.
Huh? Shot down? I didn't hear any gunshots. See? Here's the bullet! And judging from the direction the bird was flying, the shooter is straight ahead!
Are you saying we're under attack from an island we can't even see? That's impossible, Chopper.
But I saw it happen!
Sanji, look! Seagulls! Seagulls! And then it cuts to Usopp.
But how could anyone see so far? What kind of gun could shoot all this way? What sniper could do that? They were probably shot somewhere else and just happened to fall there. And they were probably shot somewhere else and just happened to fall here.
Jaya, Western Coast. And it zooms in on an individual with an extremely long gun, and it's still smoking, as this individual says,
Poor things, how they must have suffered. I wasn't able to kill one of them instantly. But that's fate. Such are the vagaries of life. Such are the vagaries of life.
And it cuts to this man who's sitting with this like flat-topped curved hat, like a monocle on his right eye that also looks like a crosshair scope, and he's the one holding the gun. He's the one who shot those birds all the way from outside of the island. So far off that even the Luffy and the crew can't even see where he was. And this dude is just sitting casually on a roof, lamenting over the fact that he couldn't kill the last one instantly. Hey! Wow! Look at the city!
It looks like a resort. A resort?
Faster, Mary! Go! Faster, Mary, go!
You're right. I wouldn't mind spending a little time in a place like that.
Is it just my imagination, or do those all look like pirate ships in the port?
No way. Pirates wouldn't anchor here in broad daylight.
Yeah, you're right. They'll kill us all! What kind of place is this?
A town on Jaya's western shore. A place beyond the reach of government, where lawless ruffians gather to fight and carouse. This is Mocktown, the town of derision. Log of the Jew Wall. Log of the Jew Wall.
What a weakling! You call yourself a pirate? Whee!
And it cuts to this big, muscular man with like a championship belt on and a luchador mask with long hair after having beaten up another individual.
Don't you know who I am? I'm a champion grappler.
Hey, you! You just knocked down the wrong guy.
Look, he belongs to the Roshio gang. The other day I saw a bloke beat Roshio at cards. Roshio cut the poor blighter down right where he sat. He's a devil, he is. Oh, Roshio cut the poor blighter down where he sat. He's a devil, he is.
And then it cuts to the inside of an area It cuts to the inside of a building as a person goes, "Roshio wins again!" In a way, it was lucky for you. Sorry, brother. You're busted. I guess you could still bet your trousers. Roshio the Executioner, captain of the Roshio Pirates, bounty of 42 million berries. The pot's mine, even if it is only a pittance. Try again anytime, mate. And before Roshio can do anything, the person he's sitting across stabs him in the hand with a knife. And you see that, like, he gets stabbed directly in the hand before he could even touch the money. Well, like, his hand is over the money, and this dude gets stabbed in the hand. Ah! And this person's laughing. And then this person starts driving the knife deeper and deeper into the hand. Ah! Tell the truth. You cheated, didn't you? What? What are you talking about? How dare you accuse me? I never. You did. You cheated. What's that crazy guy talking about? The game looked fair and square to me. Hold your tongue. That there's Bellamy the hyena. His head's worth more than 50 million berries. Sarquis! 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 Huh? What is it? You saw, didn't you? This rat cheated just now. Cheated? Sure, he was cheating. I saw it too, the dirty rat. You scalawags, how dare you? You don't know who I am. And then there's a gunshot, and then this individual gets cracked over the head with a bottle by this Bellamy fellow after also getting shot in the leg. And as this person was doused in alcohol, Sarquis, or how do you say his name? How do you say his name? Because I want to make sure that I pronounce it correctly. How do you say his name? Sarkis. Sarkis. Yeah, his name is Sarkis, not Quis. Sarkis. There we go. I had to correct it before I mispronounced his name wrong. But after Sarkis, after this Bellamy dude douses this dude in alcohol after shooting him in the leg and stabbing him in the hand, Sarkis throws a match in front of him and goes, "So long." And the man is engulfed in flames as he falls out of a 3-story building down to the streets below. Bellamy, the hyena, captain of the Bellamy Pirates, 55 million berries. Then it cuts to Luffy and Zoro disembarking. There sure are a lot of characters here. Seems like a fun place. And that's the end of chapter 222, onwards to 223. I promise never to fight in this town. Hachi's Walk on the Seafloor, Volume 36. Octo Punch and the Smiling Elder. So we know what choice Hachi had. He gave his last bit of food. He gave his last bit of food to the Catfish Elder, and Octopaco was not too happy about her not getting her hands on that food. Good for you, Hachi. Them fish ladies ain't loyal anyway, so good on you. He may have gotten beaten up by her, like she punched him, she knocked him out, but he chose wisely. He chose wisely. And it cuts to Luffy and Zoro getting off the ship. Then it cuts to Nami, Usopp, and Chopper watching them leave.
There is no way that those two won't get into trouble.
Yeah, and it looks like a pretty rough town to begin with. They're definitely gonna get in a fight.
Well, that won't do.
Nami?
Huh, she's gone. Wait, Zoro! Luffy! Zoro!
Oh well, she should be safe with them.
Hey, if Nami's going, so am I.
Sanji, don't go! What if somebody tries to board the ship? If you go too, please don't go!
Okay, let go. Hey, where's Robin?
Huh? Huh? She's gone.
And then it cuts to the lawless streets of Mocktown. I promise never to fight in this town.
Good. Now keep your promise, okay?
Yeah.
Say it like you mean it. Look, if you make trouble, we'll have to leave. Then we'll never find a way up to the sky. Got it?
Yeah. And it cuts to this sickly man next to his horse. As people are apparently laughing at him.
What?
And Nami, Luffy, and Zoro walk up to this old sick man and mind you, the horse is extremely big and so is this man.
Whoa, who is that?
Looks like he fell off his horse. He sure did. He coughed up blood. Yeah, he did. Hey, pardon me, folks, but can you help me up? Aren't you even going to try to do it yourself? Much obliged. I made it. I was born with a weak constitution. All right, let's go, Strongheart. And this sickly man starts to topple on his horse, and even his horse is sick too. And the horse starts coughing up blood. The horse too? And both Zoro and Luffy can't take it seriously. And then this individual holds out like a bushel full of apples towards him and goes, I haven't any money to give you, but please, take one. No thanks, they look suspicious. Just be off. Oh, apples! Thanks! Hey, don't eat it! And then there's an explosion that happens behind Zoro and company.
Ah! What happened?
Well, this strange guy was giving away apples, and when they took one and ate them, 5 of them exploded!
Why that scurvy dog? The store's wrecked!
And this is when Nami realizes, like,
Luffy!
And then this individual, the same dude, starts smirking. He starts smirking.
Luffy, spit it out, quick! I already swallowed it!
Hey, what's the big idea? He'll be all right. If it had been a bad one, you'd have died instantly. That one was all right. You're a lucky boy, says this strange individual who's smiling at Luffy.
What kind of place is this? What kind of place is this?
Calm down, Nami.
Calm down? You could have been killed.
Calm down, Nami.
Calm down. You could have been killed. You could have been killed just now.
Things like that happen.
Well, they shouldn't. This is insane. I'm not sure we'll ever find out what we want to know in this madhouse.
Hey, that guy's making trouble again.
It's that grappling champion. How many victims is it now?
He doesn't even have a price on his head. I wonder who he is. Rui! Better stay away from him. Grappling champion. Both Luffy and Zoro look in his direction. Grappling champion?
Don't even think about it!
And then it cuts to Nami, Luffy, and Zoro walking away.
Why don't we try this place? It's not too noisy around here.
In fact, it's quiet.
It's beautiful. What a relief after that horrible town. It's a vacation villa by the sea, just like a seaside resort.
I don't see anybody, but I smell something good cooking. And then it cuts to an individual who just starts fidgeting and just starts moving their heads from side to side.
Oh, please, you can't just walk in here.
Huh?
The Tropical Hotel is currently being rented out by the Bellamy Party.
Hotel? This is a hotel?
If Captain Bellamy finds you here, there'll be big trouble. Please leave at once. And his person's all like, oh no, please leave. You have to leave.
Can't we even have a look around?
Who is this Bellamy guy?
What's all this?
Oh!
Who are these bilge rats?
Mr. Sarkis! Welcome back.
Big Knife Sarkis. back. The buffering problem has been fixed, I presume. Yes, Ozzy, because my internet went out. For I want to say roughly about 3 minutes, my internet just went out completely. So that was on my end. It wasn't on Cohagen's end, it was on my end. But we're back, and we're already on chapters 224. And we're getting introduced to some strange individuals.
Who are these bilge rats?
Mr. Sarkis, welcome back.
Big Knife Sarkis, first mate of the Bellamy Pirates with a bounty of 38 million berries.
No excuses, just get them out of here. We're not paying you to let people wander in here.
No excuses, just get them out of here. We're not paying you to let people wander in here. Got it? Get lost, brat.
And then Luffy looking at Sarkis, and Sarkis is very tall. He looks at Sarkis and goes, Nami, can I beat this guy up?
Absolutely not!
That's very funny. You beat me up? What a joke. Here, go buy yourself some decent clothes.
And then Sarkis just dumps money in front of him.
Don't waste your money on the...
Don't waste your money on them, Sarkis.
I should have used it to wipe my nose.
Huh? It's okay? How rude. Let's go, you guys. Hey, I can walk by myself, you know.
As it cuts to Nami, who's dragging Luffy by the face.
What? Don't you want it?
How lame. Who were they?
Sarkis. Sarkis. Lily. Sarkis. Lily. Don't be too hard on them. Huh? So there you are. After all, they've made something of a name for themselves.
Of course. They're ants compared to you and Bellamy.
But they've managed to rack up a nice little bounty on their heads. Yeah, but they probably won't make it in this new age of pirates.
And then it shows the rest of the Bellamy pirates. None of them really get named, however, though.
So, that little runt's worth 30 million, eh? I'll show this to Bellamy.
Oh, they don't know about Luffy's new bounty. Because remember, after the events with after the events of Alabasta with Luffy beating Crocodile, Igaram, we've seen the bounty of Luffy and Zoro, and Luffy's bounty is 100 million right now. So they got an outdated poster. Then we cut to a tavern.
Mocktown. Mocktown was built on pirate booty. Pirates are free with their loot. Brawls
and killings are commonplace here, but the pirates never lay a hand.
But the pirates never lay a hand. But the pirates never lay a hand on the townsfolk. What good is money if there isn't anywhere to spend it, right?
But this town really gives me a bad feeling.
I suppose that's a normal reaction to this place.
I suppose that's a normal reaction to the place. But we don't get many normal people in this town. Your blog post will reset in 4 days. If you're smart, you'll leave before you get caught up in anything.
4 days, huh? Then I say we leave in 2.
Hey, Pop! Hey, mister!
Hey, old man!
Huh?
What do you want?
And then Zoro's looking over, as Luffy is arguing back and forth to another individual. This cherry pie is so bad I could die!
This cherry pie is so good I could die!
Huh?
Huh?
And this large individual that's sitting next to Luffy is staring at him like,
how'd you call this pie nasty?
And they're both growling at each other. And then it cuts to them drinking. That drink was really good!
That drink was really bad! Something wrong with your tongue?
Something wrong with your brain?
Whatever, it's not like I'm the cook.
Hey, mister, I want 50 packs of meat to go.
Oh man, I want 51 cherry pies to go.
Make that 52 packs of meat.
Sorry, make that 53 pies.
No, 54 packs of meat.
55 pies.
60 packs of meat.
70 pies.
80 packs.
100. Hey, you wanna fight?
What are you fighting about? And no, it's both of these individuals looking at each other going, hey, you wanna fight? What are you fighting about? Goes Zoro.
Luffy, you promised, remember? Besides, how much meat are you buying? We don't have that kind of money right now. We're not here on a shopping spree.
Are you a pirate?
That's right.
What's your bounty?
30 million.
30 million? You? That's impossible. You're a liar.
Stop it!
Stop it.
I'm not a liar. It's true.
Take it easy. There's no fighting in here. Here, take these and go. 50 cherry pies.
And then it cuts to this large individual getting his pies and then walking past another individual that he notices and he goes,
huh?
And then the door opens and this individual walks in. And then this individual goes,
Anybody seen a pirate in a straw hat around here?
It's Bellamy! And that is the end of chapter 223. Onwards, I said 224 earlier, but we're on 223. Now we'll get started with chapter 224, but we got a quick SPS. Question. Oda-chan, how are you? I have a question. In One Piece Volume 18, Chapter 157, Luffy and the crew are hungry and crying for food, but just behind them is a tree full of tangerines. So why don't they just eat them? Answer. Tangerines. Yes, there are tangerines, but if they took a bite, it would mean instant death. Definitely certain death. A man can live without food for a week. He can be strong and live with hope for the future, or he can eat the tangerine and battle with the navigator. But that would be taking a big risk with his life. I'm sure if it were a life or death situation, she wouldn't be so mean as to let them die. Question. Oda-sensei, your phone is ringing. Answer. I'll let it ring. It's just my editor. Question. Oda-sensei, may I ask you something? I want to send a letter to you personally, but I don't know your address. Can you give it to me? My address? For a letter? Oh, I do get letters. I have two addresses. You can send your letter to the editorial department of Jump Magazine, or you can send it to the Special Question Corner mailbox. Either way, I'll get it. Rest assured. For non-Japanese readers, you can send your letters to the One Piece editor at Viz Media. Chapter 224, Do Not Dream. Hachi's Walk on the Seafloor, Volume 37, Hachi and the Sunset. While Kami and Papagu are just there with Hachi as he's just like looking at the sunset and possibly his missed opportunity to get with his girl after he willingly gave up his food to that kind old elderly catfish man. Then it cuts to the citizens.
What the heck is this?
It's the Roshio the Executioner. It's Roshio's the Executioner's grave.
It's like a blast zone. So did somebody lob some cannonballs into this town?
I don't know. Even those who witnessed it up close don't know what happened. It's a mystery. There's just one thing that's certain. He was fighting against Bellamy. Bellamy the hyena definitely possesses the power of some kind of devil fruit.
And then we see the full face of Bellamy.
So your head is worth 30 million, Straw Hat Luffy.
What? Looks like he has business with you, Luffy.
Hey, this Bellamy, isn't he the guy who rented out that hotel?
Did you hear that? That little Straw Hat is worth 30 million.
Him?
No kidding.
We met a lot of big guys today.
Give me your most expensive drink, and get this kid whatever he wants.
Okay, goes the bartender.
Look, it's those guys again.
Ugh, this place is filthy and it stinks. How can you drink in a place like this?
And the rum looks cheap too.
This place is packed.
And then all the patrons start looking around. All the patrons start looking around at Sarkis as he's walking in with the rest of the Bellamy crew.
What's with that knife? Isn't he the one they call Big Knife Sarkis?
And then a knife starts getting flipped around. As Sarkis and his crew beat up some patrons, and then he steps on one of them with his big old knife over his shoulder going,
"Make room, you inconsiderate swabs."
You looking for trouble? Doesn't concern us. Doesn't concern us. Just keep drinking. Here you go,
goes the bartender.
Bellamy and his whims.
Indeed.
Well, drink up.
Thanks. You're all right, mister.
Huh?
Luffy!
And then it cuts to Luffy going, huh? As he's drinking his drink. And then Bellamy then takes his hand and drives Luffy's face directly through the countertop and down to the floor. He slams Luffy's face into the countertop and down to the ground.
There he goes. That's Bellamy's really something.
And then Bellamy is surprised to see that Zoro is already pointing a sword towards Bellamy.
What's your problem, lowlife?
You're the one with the problem, friend.
Wait, Zoro! We haven't learned what we need to know yet.
I don't care. He's looking for a fight and I'm gonna give it to him. Then Luffy gets up.
Huh? You're getting up?
And then it cuts to Luffy, who's wiping his face, and he goes, all right, I hope you're ready.
Hey, those guys are gonna take on Bellamy! Do it! Do it! This isn't a fight, it's just a test. Come at me. Show me what you've got.
Luffy, wait!
And then it cuts to Luffy, who goes, bartender, we want to go to Sky Island. Can you tell us anything at all? Oh, no, it's Nami who says,
Bartender, we want to go to Sky Island. Can you tell us anything at all?
and then everyone gets quiet. Even Bellamy stops smiling. And then the woman that's on Bellamy's crew goes,
Is she kidding?
What did she say?
How can we get to Sky Island?
and then everyone in the entire area, everyone in the entire tavern just starts laughing their heads off. There's even one dude who's so ticklish at this thought that he's launched himself upside down into the air. Like there's a couple of people who are launched into the air just laughing at this. Laughing at Nami's question. Yeah, they're all laughing. And they're all just laughing at Nami.
Did you say Sky Island? Give me a break!
What? But our log post is pointing straight up at the sky.
And everyone is still laughing at Nami. Sorry, I wanted to hear my voice effect go off in my ears. But they're laughing at Nami going,
Ha! Her log pose is pointing up at the sky! Log poses break so easily!
and then it cuts to Bellamy who's laughing.
What a bunch of lubbers you are. Where'd you hicks come from anyway? You believe in that ancient legend about an island in the sky? What rock did you crawl out from under? New currents are being discovered on the Grand Line all the time, like the knock-up stream, but you probably didn't even know it existed. Ships that fall victim to it are hurled upwards and come crashing back down to the sea. Long ago, ignorant seafarers saw them falling out of the sky and thought there must be an island up there. Surely there must be another world up there in the sky. Ha! There's always a scientific explanation for strange phenomena. In time, the truth behind such myths became clear. What a disappointment! And I was going to see if you had what it takes to join my crew in this new age of pirates. But you're too gullible. Listen, the age of pirate pipe dreams is over. El Dorado, the Emerald City, the One Piece. Fools who are blinded by fantasy treasures can't see the riches lying right at their feet.
Oh no, not that I'm just reading Nami's mind, wondering what they're laughing at. See.
Fools who are blinded by fantasy treasures can't see the riches lying right at their feet. In this age, some of the most able seafarers get themselves killed chasing such foolishness. And then people say they were lucky to die chasing their dream. I say they're all losers. When I see fools wasting their time on dreams, I go berserk!
As Bellamy picks up a bottle and smashes it over Luffy's head.
Luffy!
And then Zoro doesn't do anything.
It's weaklings like you that give all pirates a bad name.
What a chump! And then a glass goes in the air and it falls right next to Luffy.
Now get out of here, you maggots. You're souring our grog. Bellamy's right.
Get out! Get out of here! Get out of town!
Hey, Bellamy, looks like everybody's waiting for the show to start. It'll be my pleasure.
Luffy! Zoro! Forget your promise! Clobber that guy!
And then Luffy sits up. Zoro, do not fight them. And that's the end of chapter 224. We got another SBS, and then we continue on 225, and then we have 226, and that's the end of the volume. I know it seems like I've been taking extra long because of distractions, me getting up, my nose situation. I apologize. And not only that, but everything else. Apologies for if your immersion was ruined. While even in the pirate world, they know about the City of Gold, I'm completely shocked. I'm not. We got an SBS. Question. When Ms. Doublefinger uses her Spike fruit powers, how come it doesn't rip her clothes to pieces? Answer. What? Are you suggesting she shred her outfit with her spikes? Sorry, but this isn't that kind of manga. And if I were to draw that, you know I'd put it on the cover. Can you imagine how embarrassed people would be if they saw something like that on the cover? Should I do it? Question. Hello, I'm Sam's daughter, Oda-sensei. I have a complaint. In volume 23, when Django and Fullbody bring flowers to Hina, don't you think Django's flowers looked a bit shabby? But you took the time to make Fullbody's flowers look like roses. What's going on? Because Fullbody and Django did in fact get flowers for Hina, but Django's was like regular flowers, while Fullbody went and got actual roses for her, which of course she wasn't interested in. Answer. Don't nitpick. I put equal, minimal effort into both of those bouquets. Ta-da! All right, let me show you an easy way to draw a rose. And it's just multiple triangles on top of triangles on top. Actually, I never knew that. That's a real simple way to make a rose. Huh. There we go. I didn't know that there was an easy way to draw a rose, just using triangles, overlapping triangles. Triangle, 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 triangle. There! It's a rose. Question. Oda-sensei, you're very mischievous, aren't you? Mischievous, aren't you? You like to draw things like Panda Man a lot. Then let me have a little fun too. The question corner is over. Yeah. Answer. It ended. See you in the next volume. Chapter 225, People's Dreams. Hachi's Walk on the Seafloor, Volume 38. Sunset Dreaming, remembering a childhood dream to have an octopus fritter card. And this is back when Hachi was younger. And we have two kids that were running with him when he was a kid as well. And one of these individuals looks like Karubi, complete with the whole top knot and everything. And everyone is all just laughing. Everyone is laughing outside of the tavern.
What's all the ruckus? Bellamy's crew is working somebody over. Look, he's getting up again. Oh, get that cowardly shrimp out of here. This town has no place. It's no place for weak-kneed dreamers.
Luffy! Zoro! What are you doing? Clobber them! Kick their butts!
It's no use, girl. Your friends are smart. They know they're outclassed. They'd rather live in shame than stand up to the big boys. This pirate captain's got no honor.
The Navy's getting pretty generous these days, handing out 30 million berries for a wimp like him.
You guys! And then it cuts back to when Luffy said, Zoro, do not fight them.
Why? Why?
And it cuts to both Luffy and Zoro, who are still standing, but their faces are bloodied. Like, their noses are bloodied, they've been beaten up, but they've chosen not to fight back whatsoever.
Pacifism sounds like an excuse for cowardice to me. Not only are they weak, they got no pride. They don't have the heart to fight, and yet their heads are full of dreams. They're worms. Aye to that! Forget it. It said this puny twerp is worth 30 million, so I wanted to see what he could do. But he's a total disappointment. He's too chicken to fight. How can a coward like this call himself a pirate?
And then, taking the drink he's chugged down, he spits this drink back in the faces of both Luffy and Zoro. This man is so disrespectful. So disrespectful! So disrespectful! See, I can show these emotions because I'm reading these chapters for the very first time. I never experienced watching this episode happen directly in the anime. So I'm seeing these moments happen right in front of my eyes. And it's like, this man is so disrespectful that I want to hit him. But I know why Zoro and Luffy aren't.
Get them out of my sight! They make me sick!
And then someone comes in and kicks away Zoro. Someone comes and kicks away Zoro, sending him flying into a table. And then everyone is just laughing at him. And then another grabs Luffy from the back of the head and slams his face directly into a glass window. Now, this might be the individual you're talking about, but if you're talking about the dude that doesn't have a shirt but has like a dark coat with fur lining and he has a hat on his head, that's not Navy. That just says ALLR on it. But it's not a Navy hat though. But this individual, this same dude with the hat, slams Luffy's face into a glass window, and you can see blood dripping down from the broken glass. And then everyone is just laughing at Luffy and Zoro being beaten up.
Luffy! Zoro! Look, girl, if you stick with those two, you'll never get anywhere. Why not let me buy you?
Notice man did not.
Why not let me buy you? How much?
And then Nami snaps back and looks at him, while Luffy's still face first in the ground.
What did you say? You want to buy me? Sure, come over here. It'll be fun. Sorry, I'm not interested in joining a gang of third-rate bullies.
And then the girls of the crew are just looking at each other, while one is just kind of laughing at what Nami said.
And then Sarky says, so you think you're something special, eh?
And then everyone is still laughing at Luffy, Nami, and Zoro. What a bunch of fools! They're hopeless. And then both Luffy and Zoro are fully conscious, and they're just letting all this happen. And the bartender doesn't say anything.
Pack up your sissy friends and get out while you still can, small fry.
And don't ever come back! And everyone is laughing as Nami drags Zoro and Luffy outside. And then someone says,
the Sky Island does exist. This cherry pie really is the best.
You!
Why are you so upset, Missy? Your friends won that fight.
What?
And then Luffy, laying there with a straw hat, remembers back to Shanks and Ace. You're gonna be better than us, huh? And then Ace, next time we meet, we'll be on the high seas.
Your comeback was impressive, too. You've got guts. Zoro!
Luffy!
As Luffy and Zoro just get up as if nothing ever happened to them. They were just letting that stuff happen, but they're fine. They're fine. But this big hulking dude says,
the new age they spoke of is rubbish. The age of pirate dreams is over? Huh? Hey!
And then it's and this large individual is just screaming out as he's sitting in the middle of the streets.
Zeh! Zeh! People's dreams don't ever end. Ain't that right?
As this individual's
Ain't that right?
being loud and belligerent outside. And Sarkis is in the inside of the tavern going,
What's all that noise out there? Ignore them,
Ignore them. They're probably just taking out their frustration on somebody.
How pathetic.
What are you shouting about? What's this about people's dreams?
It isn't easy. It isn't easy to be great.
Something's wrong with your head. Something wrong with your head?
Let them laugh. If you're aiming for the top, you don't always need your fist to show your might. Zah!
And then Zoro is up and he goes, let's go.
Uh-huh. Luffy?
And then Luffy is just staring at this big man. And this big man is just smiling back at him.
Well, I won't keep you. You seem to be in a hurry. I hope you make it to the Sky Island. Zah! Zah! Zah!
What a lively individual. I hope we see him again soon.
Oh,
And then Luffy starts walking off.
hey, maybe that guy knows how to get to Skypiea. I wonder who he is.
Well, it's not just one guy.
Huh? Not just one guy? Then what?
There's more than one, I think.
What do you mean? Was there somebody with him? Where?
Zah! This grog tastes awful good today.
Zoro's saying like it's not just him. There's more. So there's more individuals that follow this one big guy that's being all extra loud. And Zoro and Luffy know.
Plywood. Here. Nails. Here. Ow! Here. Jeez, I keep telling them I'm not a carpenter. But you're really good at this.
And this is back to Usopp and Chopper back on the Mary.
I know, right? That's what's so amazing about me.
We should just get a new ship.
Don't be ridiculous. Don't you know what it took to get this ship?
Yeah, I've heard this story 100 times. A beautiful young girl from your village gave it to you, right? But it's barely seaworthy.
That's why I'm fixing it. Give me a hand.
And then it continues with Sanji talking to Usopp.
You call this fixing it? Looks like jury rigging to me.
Shut up! Hey, you look funny, Usopp. I do? Shut up!
And then Chopper is laughing at the face that Usopp is making towards Sanji.
Oh yeah, tonight's dinner.
Shut up!
I guess you don't want any, eh? Well, I'd better check on my simmering seagull soup.
We want dinners, please, Sanji. Please feed us.
Huh? That ship.
As we hear in the distance, salvage, 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 salvage. Where did we hear a ship singing that song?
That song!
And that's the end of chapter 225, onwards to 226. Sojo, the salvage king of the seafloor.
Luffy! Zoro!
As it cuts to Luffy, Zoro, and Nami walking back to the Mary.
You guys! You're wounded! What happened?
Nami, are you alright? Nami!
Call a doctor!
Goes Chopper.
That's you!
Goes Usopp.
So? What did you fight? A giant monster?
A pirate, but never mind, it's over. Yeah.
It may be over for you, but it's not for me. How can you call yourself men? Men don't shrink from a fight. We should blow this whole town to smithereens.
You're the one who made us promise not to fight.
Stop dredging up ancient history or I'll kick your butt too.
And then it cuts to Zoro's like, ugh.
Why is she so mad? You two are the ones who got beaten up, not her.
I don't know.
So did you find out anything about Skypiea?
Skypiea?
And Nami just glares at Chopper.
Who cares about that? Skypiea? Everyone started laughing at the mere mention of it. I didn't say anything funny. Why were they laughing?
Catch-up star.
Guard boost!
As Usopp and Chopper get scared of Nami screaming, that Chopper puts on his guard boost to protect his body, and Usopp pretends to play dead. Then it cuts back to Robin.
They're having fun again.
Oh, welcome back, Robin. Will it be dinner first or bath? Where'd you go, Robin? Goes Luffy.
I went shopping for clothes and information about Skypiea.
That's right. This is all your fault. You put those ideas about an island in the sky into our heads.
If I find out it doesn't exist, I'm sending you to the bottom of the ocean.
Jumping boost!
As Chopper jumps away from. I remember seeing this moment in the anime where Nami's screaming her head off. Chopper jumps off into the distance in the background using his jumping point because he's scared of Nami. That was a funny point, just seeing that happen. The background gags for One Piece are hilarious.
Jumping boost! I wouldn't bother her right now. In fact, don't get too close to her.
Hey, it's a treasure map.
It's just an ordinary map, but of what?
This island. The town on the left is Mocktown, where we are now, and the X on the opposite coast marks where Jaya's biggest weirdo lives.
Weirdo?
His name is Mont Blanc Cricket. He was chased out of town for talking about dreams. It seems you have something in common.
Jaya, Mouth Bay. Big boss, we're A-OK and standing by to dive. Microphone is A-OK.
How rad. Activate the search sonar.
And then it cuts to these individuals who are underwater in like this big net. And they're doing like this echolocation sort of thing. And then one of them hears something.
Utan diver number 27!
Sonar reverberation confirmed. Large school of fish detected at 0900. Their swimming speed identifies them as sorrel.
All right, grilled fish for dinner.
Diver number 4. Sonar reverberation confirmed. A small sailing vessel has been detected.
What? A sailing vessel? Confirm its exact location.
It's at 12 o'clock.
It's right in front of our eyes. Cancel the search. Utan divers, return to ship.
Because the ship that they detect is the Mary directly in front of them. Well, we've come across a weirdo. But I don't think he's the one we're looking for, Usopp.
Yeah, but who knows if that's good or bad. But we saw, remember?
Uh-huh, those salvagers. They're from this island. We saw them heading back.
Huh? I don't mind seeing them again.
Hey, you there! This is no time for small talk.
Woohoo!
As we cut across to a ship with another monkey motif on it called the Mori no Hito.
Huh. I wonder who it was. You gave me a scare there.
Salvage king of the seafloor, Sojo pirate big boss with a bounty of 36 million berries. And he reminds me of Masira. But he has more of an orangutan-like appearance, whereas Masira had like a gorilla-like appearance. You look pretty smart. What species are you?
Human, fool. Hey, you guys, don't get upset. Don't go upsetting the big boss. Never mind. You appear to be pirates. Have you heard the news? Someone defeated Sir Crocodile, one of the 7 warlords of the sea. And due to my great abilities, I'm probably going to take his place. I can't wait. I'm so anxious.
Oh, so you want to be one of the 7 warlords, huh?
Huh? Anyway, the fantastic thing about me is I'm 25 years old and I never cut my hair.
Aren't you amazed?
This dude is younger than me. This dude looks like a big old, massive, old orangutan, and he's younger than me.
Foul. I'm 25 years old and I never cut my hair. Aren't you amazed?
That's stupid.
You are not amazed?
Hey, you're talking to the big boss here!
I only know one big boss, and, he's the type of individual that is always asking,
Kept you waiting, huh? Never mind, never mind. Goodness, talking to you is nerve-wracking. Now listen, if you pass through the tunnel of my anger, you will come to a sea of blood.
whatever, we're trying to go somewhere, so move.
You idiot! The sea here is my territory! If you want to pass, you have to pay the toll!
Your territory? He's talking like that Masida guy.
Did he say something like that too?
What? Masida? What about Masida?
Huh? Him? We kicked his butt.
Kicked his butt? How dare you? How dare you do that to my brother?
Huh?
Big boss!
Hey, wait a second. We kicked his butt, but he's still alive.
This is revenge for Masida! Soundwave! Having sonar!
And then it just cuts to the sound waves. It cuts to the sound waves rippling through the air, and we see the boards of a ship being ripped apart. The ship!
Ah!
As it turns out that the sound waves are only reaching Shoujo's own ship. It's not even reaching the Mary.
What are they doing?
Goes Sanji.
Ah! Big boss, you can't do that on board the ship! He's not listening to us.
I don't know, but he really is amazing. He can break up a whole ship with his voice. You guys, don't just stand there. Get us out of here. Hey, Nami's not mad anymore.
Well, after all the screaming she did.
And then, as Usopp starts to step away, the sound waves finally reach the Mary, and it starts to rip up the Mary.
Hold it! This is bad! He's damaging our ship, too! He's ruining all my repairs! This ship was in bad shape to begin with. If we stay here, it'll break apart! Reverse! Reverse! Get us out of range of his voice! Get us out of range of his voice!
And then it cuts to, it just continues with Sojo just singing and singing and singing, and they continue to sail away. And then it cuts back to Western Jaya. Mocktown, and then what a shock.
Mocktown, and then what a shock.
Then this pretty wench asks me, can you tell me where I can find this man named Cricket?
What a woman! She wasn't just bold, she was strong. Aye, and as beautiful as she was mysterious, she literally had us all in the palm of her hand.
But what does she want with Cricket?
The sea around there is the territory of the Big 8 brothers. And anybody that gets too close to that old man gets infected with his stupidity. Ha ha! That's really bad! She's definitely after the gold bullion. Gold bullion? Yeah, it was recently discovered. Really? Where? Hey, you men. Huh? What about gold bullion? Bellamy. I'd like to meet this Cricket. Tell me more.
To be continued in One Piece Volume 25. Now, and this is the last chapter of Volume 24. Before I close it out today, I know I took like an extra bit of time. Before we close out today, we have the results of the second One Piece character popularity poll. So going in order, we have Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, Chopper, Nami, Usopp, Shanks, Ace, Bon Clay, Vivi. Then afterwards, we have Robin, Smoker, Mihawk, Toshigi, Crocodile, Koza, Ben Beckman, Johnny, Panda Man, Still, and Buggy. Number 21 continues on the next page, along with Usopp's overall critique. And then we have Pell, we have Karu, Gin, Kuro, Klahadore. Eiichiro Oda is ranked 25 in popularity. The heck? Dr. Kureha, Kung Fu Dugongs, Mr. Nine, Kuina, Dr. Hiraluk, Zeph, Gaimon, Lieutenant Fullbody, Laboon, Maria Onion Bear, Miss Goldenweek, Belmare, Django, Miss Valentine, and then lastly, Mr. One. And then at 51, we have Mr. Minatomo, the Carpenter. Usopp's overall critique.
What happened, my 5,000 henchmen? Oh well, at least I'm 2 ranks higher than last time, and I beat out my rival, Bon Clay. Next time, I'll win it all, so look forward to the next popularity poll.
So yeah, that's the end of Volume 24, ladies and gentlemen. Whew! That took a minute to get through, but it also was because of the interruptions that I had to deal with. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being patient with me. I know we had like a little bit of an internet error that happened and me having to step away for a couple of moments here and there, but everything still worked out, and I just want to say how grateful I am of having this opportunity of reading One Piece to you. You would think the author would be ranked higher. You would think, but this is an immense opportunity for me to bring you all One Piece from the very beginning all the way to where I started doing reactions to the series, and I'm enjoying every single moment. The fact that we are getting closer and closer to the end of the very first bookshelf. We're getting closer and closer to the end of the very first bookshelf. It's taken a minute, but we're getting there. I just want to say thank you for sticking it out with me. I know I haven't been doing a lot of gaming streams lately. I want to get back into doing a couple of gaming streams so we can have some chill sessions, but since I be doing these at like 12, and they take a hot minute, my gaming streams tend to be like later in the day at around 4 or something. So if you guys are, available, I'll start doing some more gaming streams again after I do my One Piece stuff. But because one of my viewers, Kitty, she was asking me if I was going to be doing any more gaming streams. So I want to get back into that so we can have something to do other than me just doing One Piece that one day and then it's just nothing for the rest of the day. So that way the content is just still varied. So I'm going to get back into doing some gaming streams along with you guys so we can have some moments where we can chill and talk about different things. You guys can get back and relax and just watch me game and whatever. So we'll get back into that. But thank you for your patience as I go down this very long rabbit hole of One Piece. I'm enjoying it. I will see you guys back again on Monday when we continue with Volume 25. But as it stands right now, I'm going to kick back and relax, try and grab myself something to eat before I prepare to go see Across the Spider-Verse later today. So to everyone here, it is an immense honor and privilege to be your entertainer. Hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you are new to the channel and you enjoyed what you saw here today, or if you've been here for a hot minute and you enjoyed what you saw here today, then for the new people, like, subscribe. For the old people, like, because trust me, liking the stuff that I do really does help with the whole YouTube algorithm. Likes really do help the channel.
And it's perfectly free, so it costs you nothing.
But like, subscribe, share the stream with everyone you know, because the more the merrier. And maybe even consider becoming a member, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples!